welcome to another episode of Gout Gourmet. If you're listening to this, chances are you or someone you love is dealing with gout. And honestly, we get it. It's painful, it's confusing, and the advice out there is all over the place.
That's exactly why we're here, to cut through the noise and give you real, practical information you can actually use. No judgment, no complicated medical jargon, just straight talk about food.
Whether you're the one dealing with gout, or you're a carer watching someone go through it, or you're a loved one who just wants to help, this episode is for you.
Because we've been there. We know what it's like to stare at a menu and wonder if everything's going to trigger a flare. We know what it's like to cancel plans because your foot feels like it's on fire.
And we know what it's like to finally figure out that it doesn't have to be that way, that with the right information, you can eat well, feel good, and actually enjoy food again.
Today we're tackling something that trips up basically everyone who gets diagnosed. What meat can you actually eat? Because if your doctor handed you a list and said avoid red meat, eat chicken, we're about to turn that upside down.
Before we dive in though, if you're new here, Gout Gourmet is all about showing you that a gout diagnosis doesn't mean boring food. It means smart food. There's a difference.
Right, so let's start with the basics. What even are purines?
Okay, explain it simply because I think a lot of people hear the word and just switch off.
Fair enough. So purines are natural compounds. They're in almost all food, and your body makes them too. When your body breaks them down, they turn into uric acid. Now for most people that's fine. Your kidneys flush it out. But for gout sufferers, either the body makes too much uric acid or the kidneys can't clear it fast enough. So it builds up and forms tiny crystals in your joints.
And that's the flare-up.
That's the flare-up. Imagine someone sticking tiny needles into your big toe. That's essentially what's happening. And if you've ever had one, you know exactly how agonizing it is.
I've seen it firsthand. It's not just pain, it's not being able to walk, not being able to sleep, not being able to wear shoes. It takes over your whole life.
And if you're a carer watching someone go through that, it's heartbreaking. You want to help, but you don't know how. Well, one of the biggest things you can do is help them eat smarter. And that starts with understanding which proteins are actually safe.
This is where most doctors get it wrong, by the way. They hand you a photocopied list from the 90s that says, avoid red meat, eat chicken, don't touch seafood.
And the problem is, that advice is spectacularly wrong. Ready for a number that's going to blow your mind?
Go on.
A beef ribeye steak has about 74 milligrams of purines per 100 grams.
Okay.
A skinless chicken breast? 131.
Wait, the chicken has more?
Nearly double.
No way.
Way. The thing every doctor tells you to eat more of has nearly double the purines of the thing they tell you to avoid.
That's genuinely shocking. So all those people eating chicken breast every day thinking they're being healthy are actually eating more purines than if they'd had a steak.
And here's the thing. It's not about the animal. It's about the cut. A ribeye and a liver are both beef, right? But the ribeye is 74 and the liver is 460.
6 times higher.
Same animal. So when your doctor says avoid red meat, they're throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Right. So how do we make sense of all these numbers?
This is where the traffic light system from Gout Gourmet comes in. It's beautifully simple. Green light means under 100 milligrams. Eat freely, every day, no worries.
Like a green traffic light. Go.
Yellow is 100 to 200. Fine in moderation, watch your portions.
Proceed with caution.
And red is over 200, limit or avoid.
Stop.
Stop. Let's walk through each protein, starting with poultry.
The so-called safe option.
Right. Green light poultry. Duck breast, skinless, about 95. Turkey breast, about 105. Chicken thigh, skinless, about 110, all green.
But the breast isn't green.
No, the breast is yellow, 131, and here's why. Purines concentrate in lean tissue. The thigh's fattier, so the purines get diluted.
So the fattier cut is actually safer, opposite of what everyone thinks.
Completely opposite. And with skin on, chicken breast jumps to 175. So everyone eating skinless breast thinking they're being smart about gout, they're actually in the yellow zone.
What about the red light poultry?
Organ meats. Chicken liver, 312. Turkey giblets, about 280.
Right, no giblet gravy at Christmas.
Sorry, now beef. This is the big one.
Go on then.
Green light beef. Ribeye, 74. Brisket, 79. Tenderloin, 98. All green, all under 100.
A ribeye is one of the safest meats?
One of the safest, and it's one of the best steaks you can eat. You're not sacrificing anything.
That's mad. What about sirloin?
110. Yellow but not bad. Ground beef, lean, is 133.
Why is ground beef higher?
Think of an orange. The juice is locked inside the cells, but if you squeeze it, all the juice comes out. Same with purines. Grinding makes more of them accessible.
Good analogy. So a burger patty is worse than a steak from the same cut.
Same animal, different prep, different outcome.
Red light beef?
Liver, 460. Kidney, about 380. Sweetbreads, about 400. If it's an organ, don't eat it.
Simple rule. Now pork.
Green light pork. Tenderloin at 85. Loin chop at about 90. Both genuinely low.
Nice. Yellow light, shoulder at about 120.
So pulled pork is a sometimes food. Ribs, about 130. Bacon, about 110.
Bacon's yellow. I can live with that.
In moderation. The salt's another issue for gout, though.
Fair. Now seafood. This is the confusing one.
Seafood is where the advice gets dangerous. Most guides say avoid seafood, but that's like saying avoid all fruit because grapes have sugar.
Love that analogy.
Green light seafood. Shrimp, about 65. Salmon, about 75. Cod, about 70. Crab, about 80. Lobster, about 70.
Lobster is safe?
Lobster is safer than chicken breast.
I need a moment.
Ha! Yeah, that was my reaction too.
And the dangerous seafood?
Small, oily, whole fish. Anchovies, 410. Sardines, 345. Herring, 280. Mackerel, 250.
Why are the small oily ones worse?
2 reasons. They're eaten whole, bones and all. That's where most purines are. And oily fish have higher purines in their muscle tissue. Double hit.
So big fillet good, small whole fish bad.
Exactly. And here's a nice comparison. Shrimp at 65 is about half the purines of chicken breast. So if your doctor said eat more chicken, you'd be better off eating shrimp. Wait, before we move on, what about tuna? I eat tuna sandwiches all the time.
Fresh tuna is about 120. Yellow light, fine in moderation, but watch portions. Canned tuna is actually a bit lower because the canning process leaches some purines out.
So canned tuna's the safer bet?
Yep, same fish, different processing, different outcome. Same logic as grinding with beef.
I'm seeing a pattern here. The more you process meat, the more purines come out.
Basically the prep hack in a nutshell. Now one more myth I want to bust. There's this idea that gout is caused by drinking too much.
The rich man's disease.
Right, and while alcohol can trigger flares, it's not the cause. Gout is primarily genetic. Your body's ability to process uric acid is largely determined by your DNA.
So if you've got gout, don't beat yourself up thinking you did something wrong.
You didn't. It's not your fault. And with the right information, which is what we're giving you today, you can manage it. You can live well with gout.
Now plant proteins. People say avoid beans and lentils.
Total myth. Debunked by a landmark study. Choi and colleagues, New England Journal of Medicine, 2004. Vegetable purines do not increase gout risk.
At all.
At all. Tofu, very low. Eggs, negligible, about 5 milligrams. Lentils, about 70. Chickpeas, about 60. Most beans, 55 to 75.
So hummus is fine.
Hummus is your best friend, and if you swap some meat meals for bean meals, you're cutting your overall purine intake while still getting plenty of protein.
Now the prep hack. This is the one that changed things for us.
Purines are water soluble. They dissolve in water. Boil your meat in fresh water, throw away the water. You've thrown away a big chunk of the purines.
How much?
Up to 35%. University of Georgia research. Chicken breast drops from 131 to about 85.
Green light from a yellow cut, just from boiling and dumping the water.
And if you pre-rinse first, soak in cold water for 15 to 20 minutes, that's another 20 to 25% off.
Nearly in half.
And don't use that cooking water for gravy or soup. I know it's delicious, but it's also got all the purines.
Saddest thing I've heard all week.
Ha! You can still make gravy, just use a stock cube, not the meat water.
So to sum up, you don't have to give up meat. You don't have to give up steak. Just know your traffic lights and use the prep hack.
And if you remember one thing from this episode, a ribeye at 74 milligrams is safer than chicken breast. Your doctor said avoid red meat? Get a second opinion.
The full chart is in the show notes. Print it, stick it on your fridge. And if you're the one doing the cooking for someone with gout, here's a tip. You don't need to make separate meals. The prep hack works for the whole family. Boil the chicken, dump the water, serve it with whatever sides you like. Everyone eats the same thing. Nobody feels singled out.
That's such a good point. One of the hardest things about gout is feeling like you're a burden. Like everyone has to change their eating habits because of you.
But they don't. Not if you do it smart.
Now let me add something about eggs and dairy. Eggs are basically a free pass. About 5 milligrams of purines. That's nothing.
So a 3-egg omelette is completely fine?
Completely fine. And low-fat dairy is actually protective. Studies show it can help lower uric acid levels. Milk, yogurt, cheese, all good.
So a full English with eggs, grilled tomatoes and a bit of bacon is actually okay?
If you keep the bacon to a couple of rashers and skip the liver, it's a yellow light meal at worst.
That's made my morning. Right, before we wrap up, a quick action plan, something you can do this week.
Step 1. Print the traffic light chart from the show notes.
Links in the show notes.
Step 2. Pick 2 green light meats and buy them for this week's meals.
Ribeye and shrimp. Done.
Ha! Step 3. Try the prep hack once. Boil some chicken, dump the water, see how it tastes.
And step 4. If you're on medication, keep taking it. Diet helps, but it's not a replacement for medical treatment.
Very important. We're not doctors. We're just 2 people who've learned a lot about gout and want to share it.
With that said, let's end on a high note. If you're listening to this and you're in the middle of a flare right now, we see you. It's awful, but it will pass.
It always does. And with the right food choices, you can make the next one less likely. That's not just hope, that's science.
And a bit of hope.
Ha! Yeah, fair. A bit of hope.
That's it for this episode of Gout Gourmet. We've got you every step of the way. See you next time.
Cheers!